ഹലോ എവരിബഡി. ഇന്ന് നമ്മൾ ലോസ് ഓഫ് മോഷൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഫസ്റ്റ് ചാപ്റ്ററിൽ ഒരു 15 ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യാമെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. യു നോ ദർ ആർ 3 laws of Newton, namely Newton's first law or law of inertia, then Newton's second law, and then Newton's third law. ഇത് റിലേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് കുറേ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ഉണ്ട് related to friction, banking of curves, etc. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പോൾ എല്ലാ കുട്ടികളും വളരെ ശ്രദ്ധിക്കുക. ഇതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് ഡീറ്റെയിൽസ് എന്തെങ്കിലും ആവശ്യമുണ്ടെന്ന് നമ്പറുകളിൽ കോൺടാക്ട് ചെയ്യാം. ശ്രദ്ധിച്ച് പഠിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇതിന് ധാരാളം ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ഉണ്ട്. ഇറ്റ് ക്യാൻ ബി യൂസ്ഫുൾ ഫോർ ബോത്ത് തിയറി ആൻഡ് ഫോർ എൻട്രൻസ്. ഹിയർ വി ഹാവ് ടു ഡിസ്കസ് about the chapter in 11th topics, laws of motion. Okay, the first question is, a 1 kilogram object strikes a wall with a velocity of 1 meter per second and at an angle of 60 degree with the wall and reflects at an angle. It remains in contact with the wall for 0.1 seconds. Then the force exerted on the wall is, this is the question. Here it is, mass is 1 kilogram and the wall with a velocity at an angle 60 degree. The velocity is 1 meter per second. Here it will be like this. A ball hits the wall at an angle of 60 degree with the wall and reflects like this. Here, the force along this direction is to be calculated. The momentum is mv. It is to be resolved into mv cos theta and mv sin theta. Similar resolution may be given to this part, mv. Here also, it is mv sin theta and this one is mv cos theta. Hence, the total force is to be, we have force F equals dp by dt. That means the change in momentum dp, mv sin theta minus mv sin theta divided by dt. That is 2mv sin theta by dt. Here mass is 1 kilogram. Velocity is 1 meter per second and we have sin 60 divided by, during the time, 0.1 seconds. Hence, it will be like this, 2 by 0.1 into sin 60, it is root 3 by 2. 2 and 2 cancels, 1 by 0.1 is 10, the answer is 10 root 3. Here the answer is option C, it is 10 root 3. Okay, there is second question. A ball of mass 0.15 kilogram dropped from a height of 10 meter rebounds from the ground to the same height. Then the magnitude of impulse. As you know, impulse equals change in momentum. That is, if it falls like this and rises to the same heights. Here the momentum is mv. While returning, the momentum is minus mv. We know that impulse equal to change in momentum. That is, change in momentum is impulse equals, as in the previous case, mv minus mv. That is, impulse equals 2mv. For any free fall, we know that the velocity is given by v equals root of 2gh. Hence, the velocity is root of 2gh. Hence, the impulse I equals 2m into root of 2gh. Here, m is, how much is m? 0.15 kilogram. Then, we have root of 2 into, g is given as 10. In the question itself, it is mentioned as 10. And the height is also 10 meter. Here 10 into 10 is 10 square. We may take the roots. That is 2 into 0.15 into root 2 into 10. Now it is 10 into 0.15, 1.5. 1.5 into is 3, then 3 root 2. 3 into 1.4, 1.4 and 4 is equal to 4.2. Here the answer is 4.2 kilogram meter per second. The answer is option C. Now there is question number 3. A body of mass 10 kilogram moves at a constant speed of 10 meter per second. A constant force acts for 4 seconds and gives it a speed of 2 meter per second in the opposite direction. That is retarding force. We have to calculate the magnitude of force. That is, the force is given by F equals dP by dt or F equals mVt minus V0 by t. Here, m is mass 10 kilogram. Vt, 2 meter per second in the opposite direction. V0 initially at a speed of 10 meter per second, time 4 seconds. That means final velocity is minus 2 in the opposite direction and the initial speed is 10 meter per second and time t is 4 seconds. We get 10 into minus 12 divided by 4. That means 10 into minus 3 equal to minus 30 Newton. Here it is mentioned as the magnitude of force. The magnitude of force is 30 Newton. Hence the answer is option A, 30 Newton. Next is question number 4. A certain force gives an object of mass m1 an acceleration of 12 meter per second square and an object of mass m2 an acceleration of 3 meter per second square. What is the acceleration for the mass of m2 minus m1? At first we have a force relation F1 equals m1 a1. Both the forces are F. That is m1 equals F1 by a1. F1 is F and the a1 is 12 meter per second square. Similarly, we have m2 equals F2 by A2. F2 means F, A2 is given as 3 meter per second square, second acceleration. That is this 3. Then we may calculate like this, m2 minus m1 equals, that is to be calculated, that is why we are calculating m2 minus m1. F by 3 minus F by 12. We may take LCM 12. Then 4F minus F. The answer is 3F by 12. That means F by 4. We have to calculate the acceleration of the mass m2 minus m1. That is, we have F equals again m2 minus m1 into A. We have to calculate A. A equals F by m2 minus m1. F divided by, here we know that m2 minus m1 is F by 4. That is, the acceleration is 4 meter per second square. Answer is option D, 4 meter per second square. Next is question number 5. It's an easy question. Which one of the following motions on a smooth plane surface does not involve force? As you know, force is that which changes, which produces some acceleration. For uniform motion, there is no acceleration. We may discuss one by one. Option A, accelerated motion in a straight line. During straight line motion, if there is acceleration, there must be a force. It involves force. Retarded motion. Option B is retarded motion. There must be a force, an opposing force. Option C, motion with a constant momentum along a straight line. For constant momentum, velocity must be constant. There will not be having an acceleration. Hence, there is no force. Option D, straight line with a varying velocity or velocity to change, there must be a force. That is, here only option C is having no force. Constant motion, constant momentum, that means velocity is constant. All others have force, hence the answer is option C. Option C is the correct answer. Now there is question number 6. It's a question related to some graph. The question is, force acting on a particle is given by a graph. We have to calculate momentum during 0 to 8 seconds. We have to calculate the momentum. Here it is, on the y-axis it is force and along the x-axis it is time. We know that impulse equals change in momentum, or it is we have to calculate the momentum, the change in momentum. We have F equals dp by dt. dp equals F into dt. We have to calculate change in momentum. Change in momentum is F into dt. From the graph, a force time graph, F into t can be calculated as the area. That is, area of the graph will give the change in momentum. Here, this part is on the positive side, this is on the negative side, this is on the positive side. That is, area of the first part is a triangle half BH form. Half into base is 2 and the height is 6. Half base into height. Second part is a rectangle 1 having area, but it is minus during its negative side. It is L into B form, that is 2 into 3. Next part is positive, it is length into breadth form itself. It is 4 into 3. That means here it is 6, it is minus 6, it is plus 12. The answer is 12. The correct answer is option C, it is 12 Newton seconds. Next is question number 7. A stone of mass 0.05 kilogram thrown vertically up, direction magnitude of force. It is a simple question. The force is given by F equal to ma. Here it is like a free fall or moving up. That is F equals mg. M is 0.05 kilogram and G is 9.8. We will get it as 0.49 Newton. But here, the force always acts downward. There will be a gravitational force. Force against gravity will be negative. Hence, we may represent like this, 0.49 Newton. The answer is 0.49 Newton. It is acting in the vertically downward direction. This due to gravitational force. Hence, the correct answer is option A. Now, there is question number 8. A hammer weighing 3 kilogram strikes on the head of a nail with a speed of 2 meters per second. Drives by 1 centimeter into the wall. Then it comes to rest. We have to calculate the impulse. We know that impulse equals change in momentum. That is, impulse is given by delta P equals, impulse equals delta P equals change in momentum. M into Vt minus V0. That is M into, M means here M is given as 3 kilogram and Vt is 0 minus V0, 2 meter per second. The answer is minus 6. It may be Newton second, force into time. The magnitude of force means 6 Newton second. The correct answer is option A. Now there is question number 9. Human heart is pumping blood with a constant velocity V. There is a term I have to mention. Specify the term constant velocity at the rate of m kilogram per second. The usual equation may be like F equals dp by dt. That means d by dt of mv. Usually we will take it as m into dv by dt. This is because in these cases mass is constant while velocity may change with the time. Here it is not so. With a constant velocity at the rate of m kilogram per second, that is mass is changing. Hence, this relation is to be written like this. D by dt of mv means v into dm by dt. like this, since V is constant. Here it is given that dm by dt mass is changing at the rate of m kilogram per second. That is, dm by dt is m. Hence, the force is to be F equals V into m. Or the answer may be mv. The correct answer is option B. Next is question number 10. Here's a simple question. Swimming is based on the principle of, as you know, by third law, to every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. If there is a medium to give an action, there must have a reaction. In the case of swimming, as he pushes water backwards, he will move forward. That is simply, it is based on Newton's third law. Hence, the answer is option C. It is Newton's third law. Next is question number 11. A box of mass 2 kg is placed on the roof of a car, and the box will remain on the roof until the car moves with a greater acceleration. We have to calculate the maximum acceleration. Below this acceleration, or if it is moving with a uniform velocity, the box can remain there. If the speed is greater, that means if there is some acceleration, then only the box will fall. We have to calculate the acceleration up to which it can remain there. The force is given by F equals ma. This should be less than or equal to mu mg. Then only it can remain there. That is, A less than or equal to mu g. The maximum means A equals mu g. Here mu is given as, here in the question itself, mu is given as mass is 2 kg and mu is 0.2. In the question, mu equals 0.2 and g is given as 10. Here, mu is given as 0.2 and m is 2 kg. It is not mentioned here. Mu g, that means 0.2 into 10. That means it is 2. The answer is 2 meter per second square. The answer is option D, answer 2 meter per second square. Next is question number 12. A person is driving a vehicle with a uniform velocity 5 meter per second on a curved level track. Radius 5 centimeter. 5 meter. The coefficient of static friction is 0.1. Safe velocity for not to skid outs. We have to calculate something related to centripetal force. Since it is moving along a curved path, there must have some centripetal force to have the tendency to move out of the curve. Hence, we have to apply a relation mv square by r less than or equal to mu mg. Mu mg is the force with the friction. Here m cancels. That is v square less than or equal to v square less than or equal to mu rg. V less than or equal to root of mu rg. Here there is mentioned as v square. Hence I may take it v square itself. V square equal to mu rg or less than or equal to mu rg. Here mu is 0.1, r is 5 meter and g is 10. That is, this must be less than or equal to 5. V square, if the velocity is greater than 5 meter per second square, the person will slip. Hence, the correct answer is to be option D. The question is like this. An aeroplane executes horizontal loop with a speed of 720 kilometer per hour. We have to convert it into meter per second as 720 into 5 by 18. Now it will be 40 into 5, 200 meter per second. The velocity is given by v equals root of rg tan theta. like banking of curves, we have what's the radius of the loop? That is V square equals Rg tan theta. R equals V square by G tan theta. Here V is 200, that is 200 square divided by G is given as 10 and tan 45. As you know, tan 45 is 1. It is 200 square divided by 10. The answer is to be 4000. That is, the answer is 4 kilometers. The correct answer is option B. It is 4 kilometers. Next is question number 14. A similar question. A car is moving in a circular horizontal track of radius 10 meter with a constant speed of 10 meter per second. A bob is suspended from the top. It will bend like this, and there is the angle made by the wire with the vertical. A similar question. We have the relation V square equals Rg tan theta. That means tan theta equals V square by Rg. Here the speed of the car is, radius is 10 meter, speed is 10 meter per second. That is 10 square. Then radius 10, G is 10. The answer is 1. That means tan theta equals 1. That is when theta equals 45 degree. That means theta equals pi by 4. Hence the correct answer is to be option C. It is pi by 4. Now there is question number 15. Two bodies have masses 4 kilogram and 6 kilogram. Here this is called vertical motion of connected system. This type of motion is called vertical motion of connected system. I may call this as M1 and this as M2. Then the acceleration is given by A equals M1 minus M2 into G by M1 plus M2. There may be another case like a horizontal motion. One of it may be on a table. Here it is vertical motion. Here the answer is 6 minus 4 into G. G is 9.8. Okay, it is G itself. Then 6 plus 4. That is 2G divided by 10. The answer is G by 5, option C. Here the correct answer is option C. Here we have discussed about 15 questions related to the chapter laws of motion. There may be a lot of questions related to this. You can do a lot of problems, trials based on this type of questions so that you can score well in the entrance examinations. Okay, thank you.